Gotta get that Arrow versus Crawford thing, man. For as many times as I spoke to you, it's always if they fight, if the contract gets signed, then okay, let's see what happens. But
Right.
now it's official, July 29th. It's gonna be ridiculous, man. And I know that you were at Crawford's last fight. I think you said that was your first time seeing him up close and personal like that. Do
Yeah.
you think Arrow is gonna have issues seeing a guy who can switch, mostly stay southpaw, and does move, does crack really hard? Think he'll have like some real issues with that?
Um, I don't, bro. Like, listen, like when people do interviews and stuff like that, they might say one thing on camera, like, "Oh, I don't know," and then off the camera they be like, "Man, this who really gonna win." With this fight, I really don't know, bro. I really can't see who's gonna win this fight. I really don't know, bro. I can see like Errol walking Crawford down and beating him up with a jab and then maybe stopping him. But at the same time, bro, I can see Crawford switching and switch hitting Errol and catching him with some stuff too. I really could see both of them knocking each other out. Like literally, like it can play in my head. Like man, Crawford can knock Errol out, and I feel like Errol can knock Crawford out. Like would it go to the? I don't know, bro. I really don't know who gonna win that fight, bro. I just one thing I know I'm gonna be in the building for sure. I gotta be front row for that fight. I mean that's a huge fight, and I definitely want to see that fight.
Sure, I'm definitely gonna see you there, man. What do you kind of think about just, for I don't want to say for well, no, for years, boxing is kind of just like, we'll have like a few good years, then we'll probably have a down year. And 2023, dog, everybody fighting. You know what I mean? Like, does it kind of make you
Right.
step back and just say, like, yo, I gotta go to this fight, I gotta go to that fight, I gotta watch this, I gotta watch that? Like, does it hype you up and make you want to get those fights yourself?
Oh, for sure, definitely, definitely, definitely. And I feel like, bro, I'm in the hottest division. Like 140 is probably the hottest division in boxing with the biggest fights to be made. You know what I'm saying? So that's some of the most exciting fights is at 140. So yeah, definitely, bro. I'm just glad that like Tank and Ryan, they started it off. They started off like a mega fight. They started a super fight. One person gonna win, one person gonna lose. It is what it is. Like a lot of people just scared to lose they O's and stuff like that. It's like, bro, at the end of the day, bro, most of us been doing this since we was younger. I started when I was like 16, 17, so I had a later start. But most of these dudes been doing this since they was like 6, 8 years old. And the goal is to be rich. You know what I'm saying? That's what the goal is, just to make a lot of money, be rich off of it. So, take the big fights, take the mega fights, and somebody gonna win, somebody gonna lose, bro. And then, it's about how you come back and stuff. I think somebody said like Floyd messed it up with the undefeated thing. Everybody wants to be like Floyd, but at the same time, bro, Floyd did his thing. He was in his lane, and everybody else gotta, do what they gotta do. But people shouldn't be scared of making the mega fights. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, once you make a mega fight, once you make a mega fight, put it on pay per view and stuff, you're going to get paid. You're going to be rich, and if you do good and do right with your money, you're gonna be rich for the rest of your life. So, and that's what I'm saying, that's really what everybody wants. That's when you're a kid, that's what you dream of. Like, man, I wanna be a champion. I want to be rich. I want to make a lot of money. I want to buy my mom a house. That's what we do it for. So, people shouldn't be scared to take these mega fights. They should embrace these mega fights. Train as hard as you can, and just don't be scared of the next opponent, and don't be scared to lose your zero. And don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't be scared of that.
Sure. And just last two questions for you, man. When you look at 140, I mean, obviously 140 is like really stacked, man. But is there like, let's just say two fighters in particular that you think, guys that you could end up fighting this year, not next year, not down the line, but just two. If I don't get this fight, I'll probably get this fight. Who are the two fighters where you just like, yeah, that's gonna be my big fight this year?
The big fight or just fight? I mean, I think so.
That's a big fight.
I think I think probably like a maybe Devin, maybe Catterall, maybe Ryan Garcia this fight. Obviously, I want to fight Josh Taylor. I want to fight Subriel Matias. Would that happen this year? Probably not this year, but that's the fight. They have belts, and me and Josh got unfinished business. We got history, so I definitely want to fight him. I want to fight Matias. He has a belt. He been talking a lot of bullshit, so I want to fight him too. But what it happened this year, I don't know. But I think the fights that could happen this year, I think probably like Catterall. If Devin does come to Matchroom and he comes, on that side of the street, then me and Devin can get a fight, and then and Ryan, I think me and Ryan is an easy fight to make too. So I think those three fights could be made, probably this year.
My opinion, I do think that that Jack Catterall fight is something that's gonna happen this year, and that's a hell of a fight, man. Jack Catterall can fight his ass off, so I'll be
Right,
really
right, right,
looking
right.
forward to that, man. Could you give me your prediction real quick for Richardson Hitchens against Montana Love?
Oh man, yeah, that's when they fight. I forgot.
June 24th, I believe. They're
The
fighting
week the week after me. I know they fight in Detroit or something like that. Week after me.
on the Crawford.
I, I mean, I would say Montana. I think Montana.
Think Montana? Okay.
Yeah, I think Montana gonna beat him. Yeah, I mean, I know Montana. I'm cool with Montana. I don't really know Richard Hitchison that much. I think Richard Hitchison is kind of limited. He's good boxing and stuff like that, but a little limited and stuff like that. For me, I would pick Montana to win.
You think he'll end up getting a stoppage, or
I
Richardson gonna?
don't think I don't know about the stoppage. Montana does have some type of he does have power, but I don't know if he gonna stop him or not like that. But he does have power, but it all depends. I don't know. They really both of them almost like the same level. I think Montana probably just a little higher, and he I think he has more power too. So I would lean more towards Montana.
Gotcha. And just my last question, man. Earlier in the interview, you said that the opponent you're fighting, the opponent you're about to fight next, a little bit of
Uh-huh.
a late replacement, kind of, sort of, not really. His name is really difficult to say, so I'm not even gonna try
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Uh-huh.
But you said that how you think it might end up being a little bit more of a difficult fight than a lot of people were thinking. Is that
Yeah.
because you like popped in the tape and you've seen him fight and you're just like, okay, he could crack, he could box, he could move? What kind of makes you say that, man?
Well, I mean, I say that because it's like, bro, like like when people think you gonna run over opponent and stuff like that, like it usually be a harder fight. Like even mentally, like me, like I had people like the thing in boxing, bro. Like you always before the fight, you always in your head, you always think about, man, like this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. But the fight literally never goes the way you think it's gonna go. Never, never, ever, ever goes the way you think it's gonna go. And sometimes you might try to overlook somebody, and then like they give you a harder fight than you would expect. And really, like a lot of my fights be happening like that. I'll be looking, I'm like, bro, I'm gonna run through this dude, and they give me a harder fight than I expect. So for me, I think that he's gonna give me a harder fight than people would expect. Just not looking at him or nothing like that, just mentally, that's what I want to think too, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to think, oh man, this is gonna be an easy fight. This is gonna be a walkthrough. I feel like because you need to prepare for the hard stuff. You shouldn't want to prepare for the easy stuff. You want to prepare for the hard stuff. And so that's why I say that.
Gotcha. And is it also the fact that, not only him, but anybody that you're fighting now, like they're fighting for a belt. So they got that little extra, I gotta take this dude out, you know?
Exactly. That was another thing I was gonna bring up. Yeah, bro. Everybody that's fighting me, bro, they literally they're fighting for the WBC championship. So they want to win. They you know what I'm saying? They gonna make a lot of money and they want to win. So it's like, yeah, like they gonna have extra whatever on, whatever they're doing, they gonna have extra on it because they you know what I'm saying, they really want to come to, to take this take my belt.
Gotcha. Look, man, always appreciate your time, man. I know you're a real busy guy with all the media obligations and all the training, so I appreciate you taking a little bit of time, man.
No problem, bro. One more thing, bro.
Mhm.
Listen, I just want people to know the tickets are literally low as $20, bro. So if people can't, I think people should like definitely come to New Orleans. New Orleans is like a fun city. New Orleans is a party town. Like it's gonna definitely be a special night, just not for boxing, but really just for the city of New Orleans, Louisiana, all that stuff, bro. Like we gonna have fun. I told you I got a bunch of special guests coming already. I'm not gonna say people names and stuff like that already, but we got like a lot of special guests coming. So this should be a real fun night. And just let people know, bro. Tickets as low, not $20, but as low as $20, you can get in the building. So, yeah, bro. Just want everybody to come out and like come support it. Like I think is definitely gonna be a good night for sure.